I'm so honored to have you here today for our Zoom interview. I know we've been communicating through email, but just to formally introduce myself, my name is Jessica Smith. I'm a student at CSUN, and I'm working for Professor Kim Young's Los Angeles Public Poetry and Prose project. And would you just like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Laura Warrell, and I'm the author of Sweet, Soft, Plenty Rhythm, which came out in hardback September of last year and July, I think, of this year.
Thank you for joining us. I'm just super excited. My first question that I have for you is, what are your current thoughts on publishing and writing as a Black woman? And what was it like coming into your career and journey?
Well, we could do an entire interview about that question alone. I will try to condense it. I've been writing all of my life, and I have been trying to get published since I graduated from college, which was more than 25 years ago at this point. And I wrote 4 books that I tried to find an agent for before Sweet Soft Plenty Rhythm came into the world, before I found an agent for that. So it was incredibly hard. It was the hardest thing that I have ever done in my life, and arguably will be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, because it basically took 25 years and 5 books to finally publish. And I think there are a lot of reasons for that. I think in some ways my work wasn't ready. I wasn't able to manage my voice. My understanding of story had some holes in it. But this goes back to your other question. That's true of a lot of writers, but there are also a lot of writers who have a leg up, right? They know the right people, they're in the right communities, their father worked for such and such, or works for that publishing company, or they've just come into the world already set on a path that leads them toward publication or success in any field that they're part of. And I do think that race has played into it. It has played into some of the challenges I had as a writer, and any Black writer is going to have. So I wrote an essay called Writing While Black, and it was at a point where I thought, I don't think I'm going to get Sweet Soft Plenty Rhythm published. I've gone to 40 plus agents. It's taken 2 years. I've revised this book, and it's just not happening. And I don't think it's only because I'm a writer of color, I'm a Black woman, but because of all kinds of reasons. But I thought, I know that part of the reason that Black authors and authors of color and authors from any marginalized community have it rough. And I've had my own experiences. I know of other writers from marginalized communities who've had their own challenges in getting published. And so I'm going to write an essay because I have nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah.
And so I do think publishing has been predominantly managed and run by white editors and writers, and it's a predominantly white field. And I think in the last 5 to 10 years, there's really been an examination within the industry about whether or not that's working, that it's not working, and why, and what to do about it. And that's exciting. And I think we're seeing a lot of parts of the publishing industry, whether it's awards, whether it's the publishers themselves, whether it's media that covers books, really giving space to authors of color, Black authors, LGBTQ authors. And that's really exciting. There's still work to be done. And if you are a writer from a marginalized community, I would advise preparing yourself for challenges. Even once you've been published, there are still challenges. So I think historically, it's been very challenging. But I think in the last 5 to 10 years, things are starting to shift. And I'm very glad and very grateful to be part of what will hopefully be a long-term, permanent, opening of the gates in the publishing world.
That was everything I honestly needed to hear. I appreciated your words. I definitely agree. There has been a shift, but we need writers like you. And I'm so
Mhm.
appreciative of you to just continue
Mhm.
shaping the scene for others like that.